Happy Friday the 13th and welcome to the Tomcast. I am Tom, president and dictator for life of 515comics.com. I have been working pretty much all of yesterday and so far this morning on the reissue edits for volumes 1 and 2 of Next 2. So, progress! Yesterday I went through mostly all of volume 1, changing and updating and making it so that it's a little bit more laid out like volume 2. I got all the changes made and there wasn't anything too significant. A lot of it's just sort of style choices. I think the hardest thing to go back and change was altering all the onomatopoeias, all the action noises in volume 1. Most of them I had just done in Comic Sans, like the rest of the font in that entire book. But in volume 2, I'd actually taken the time and gone back and updated a lot of those action sounds to be in bigger, more exciting fonts and sort of like add a little flair to them. So I decided, you know what, if I'm editing volume 1, I should probably go ahead and do that. Since I didn't do it the first time. Got through all that, really happy with how well that went. Now, it's really just a trick of saving the files correctly and submitting them, which is sort of giving me heart attacks, just because I don't really remember how this worked last time, even though it hasn't been that long since I submitted Volume 2's files at the old publisher. But now it's just a little bit different. The layout on this new publisher's site is just a little bit different. I'm thankful that I've done this before, so I kind of know what they're talking about. But a lot of it is just sort of expecting you to understand what it is that you're doing and know what you want your files to be like. And they make suggestions, but mostly it's just, hey, just so you know, this might not be good enough, but if you still want to go with it, we can go with it. And it's saying that kind of regardless of my files I submit, like regardless of what file size it is, what the DPI is. So I'm nervous. But excited, and I think always when I get to this stage in the publishing process that I get a little nervous because it's just like, can you just show me? Can it just be done so I can see that it's screwed up and then you can just tell me what I need to do to make it not screwed up? So yesterday I actually submitted the interior and cover files for volume 1 and it went super fast and I was like, wow, that's amazing, like what did I do? And I realized today as I was prepping the interiors for volume 2, I'm like, wait a minute, what are the settings on my export? Like, the last time I'd used InDesign to export something, it was to make a little PDF document to put onto my iPad, and it wasn't meant to be printed, and so all the settings were like scaled way down. So I was like saving my interior files as like 100 pixels per inch JPEGs, which might be okay for online viewing, but would make for a really, really crappy book. So thankfully I caught that. Thankfully I can still resubmit my files, because if they printed out a 100 DPI JPEG version of my book, I might puke. So now, today, I'm going to work on getting the file. I think they're ready. Which is weird because, you know, like the only 2 times that I've made books in the past, it was a big long ordeal and I really had to do a lot. And this one, it was like, you know, 5 or 6 hours of just like changing a handful of things and I'm pretty much done. I was already starting with 2 books that I was pretty happy with on the whole, so I don't know. I guess it's good. I really didn't think that I would be done editing this quickly. However, this is just the first stage in the editing process, is actually creating and submitting the files. Next, I will actually have to review a printed copy, and I don't know how long that's going to take since this is my first time working with this publisher. So we'll see. As you can see, I'm like teetering between excitement and just like utter terror. So So bear with me, I'm probably going to be this way in the next couple Tomcasts as we carry on with this project. I'd really like to have new copies ready in time for Planet Comic-Con, which is in March. I don't know if that's going to happen. We're going to see. And I got to do a bunch of other stuff. Like I mentioned last week, I'm like out of most of my minis. And so I kind of want to get some of those Anyways, I think I need to let this process and step away and maybe do something relaxing for a while. So I hope you guys have a great day and have a great weekend. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and I'll see you next time. Keep your stick on the ice.